everybody, and welcome to Whiskey Network.
This is another one of your bad ideas.
This is a bad idea because I'm drinking what you paid for. Hello.
It's been a while.
Hi, Rob.
And immediately you make it weird.
How are you?
We haven't done one of these in a couple of weeks, and you somehow automatically start with just being creepy.
Been in our little studio for over 2 weeks. How do you feel?
Thirsty.
Feeling good? Well, you've been.
I don't know. You're already lapping me.
Well,
look how high yours was to begin with. Your ice is already melted.
A little bit less this time because there's some I want to try. I didn't want to pour the double that you pour
a double,
and then realize I still got to drive 30 minutes to get home tonight. Rob.
Life's about choices, Houston.
I don't live in this town where we record these.
It probably takes you almost as much time to get home as it takes me, or vice versa.
I don't know. I'm a pretty conservative driver. I don't go very fast.
I'm just driving circles in the driveway. Yeah, let me drive.
I do. I'm very. God, we're off the rails already. How did we already get here?
Just wait till we get on topic. We'll offend all the rest of the people too.
It's nice to be finally back down doing this. We last week was St. Patrick's Day.
You missed me in a kilt if you didn't see it.
Rob was in a kilt. I was shocked when I walked through the building.
It was awesome. You didn't think I was going to do it.
I had no idea.
Been telling you for months.
No, but you would say a lot of stuff like that, and I never thought for a minute.
Yeah, but I've never lied to you about it.
No, but I
told you when I ordered it. I told you when it came in.
I was so surprised that you did, and he did. And he had the boots, and you had the button up shirt with the little like lace up thing on it too. That was really cool. You almost pulled it off. Well, let's not.
Almost pulled. Good point.
Let's not.
I need the hat like D-Ray had.
Yeah, I don't know what those are called, but you had the whole the front
nuts. Yeah,
the front
little
pouch.
man purse thing. I don't know what they're called.
I think Russ got some pictures of it. Hopefully, I might throw those up in that video. So we can.
I've got cute knees.
No, he doesn't. Hairy, but they're not all
furry.
Cute. Anyway, so we didn't have one of these last week because we did the podcast. Which, if you don't want to watch the videos of this, you can subscribe to the podcast too anywhere you get them, iTunes, Spotify, wherever.
You'll still have to listen, but you won't get the cute knees.
Right, you won't get the cute knees. So we're back now.
You were touching them.
And I didn't touch you at all. As a matter of fact, I put a person in between us. We did that. So I made sure
now you're blaming it on D-Ray.
We're coming down to the final few days, actually, of Women's History Month. And lo and behold, how surprised both of us were how much women are now getting involved in this wonderful little hobby we have. Why don't, ladies... Why don't more of you drink this stuff?
I don't know. I told Anna that she was in trouble because she didn't drink whiskey as I was walking out of the office with my glass.
We got a brand new employee.
Too bad you don't drink whiskey. You could come.
Well, we'll fix that.
Yeah.
She did mention something about Whiskey Wednesdays in college.
Probably Windsor Coast.
Probably the terrible stuff. But that's always been a question I've wondered is you go out to a bar or you're with your wife, although your wife has kind of started to like it a little bit more.
My wife will on occasion.
She tries everything I drink. And she's given it the old college try, but she won't.
Where'd she go to college?
Well, numerous colleges. She went to a bunch of them. She's got a master's degree from SDSU or USD or Black Hill State or one of them. I don't know. One of them.
You can get a master's degree at BH.
I think you can. They have doctorates there too. God, let's not make our colleges angry in this state right now. But why? And maybe if there's a woman that watches this or listens to it.
Well, Joni.
Joni, please. I know my mother-in-law does not drink whiskey at all. No. But she's always supported us.
Well, she's bought plenty of it for us.
Yeah, she has. But you don't see a lot of women drinking it. And your wife is coming around.
That's because I've got a lot of whiskey at home.
Is that just purely the reason? She just tried enough and maybe drank enough and now it's...
Well, I think Becky went down the path of she sees me going and I can just order a Jack on the rocks or a bourbon on the rocks or whatever, and it's easy.
Right.
and she wanted that.
Not a concoction or a cocktail.
Right.
Or,
I mean, we've dabbled with some cocktails here recently, but Jesus, there's 17 ingredients in some of these things. It makes a mess.
Yeah, you're on your
I'm on my
glass
third one, and she's still getting
still mixing it
guys
up.
still.
But what's awesome about it, I guess, is now that women are getting more involved in it, my God, are they cranking out some incredible whiskeys over the past 5 to 7, 8, 9 years right now, which I think is only, it's only going to make all of this drinking better, I think.
Well, yeah, the first one that we heard of was the Uncle Nearest.
Yes.
And Fawn
Weaver.
Has done a great job over there. You toured the place.
I did, and I got to meet her, and she was absolutely amazing. It's on the way, too. If you go to Lynchburg, and let's say you're going to go to Jack Daniel's, because everybody does when they're there, it's on the way. So the Uncle Nearest Distillery.
If you're coming from one direction, it's not on the way. If you're coming from both directions.
if you're going to Jack Daniel's, it's there. If you're coming back, it's there. So yes, both directions is where you'll get the distillery.
What if you're going to Jack Daniel's this way and it's here? But if you're coming to Jack Daniel's,
don't most
this
people
way,
go from Nashville to Lynchburg? Is that kind of the
I have
normal
not
path?
done the demographic research that it would take to figure out how people get.
I guess if you did some research for this, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. Any research.
Fawn Weaver, folks.
No, she was, Uncle Nearest, of course, we have come to learn over the past few years, he was a slave at the time, and now the history has shown that he was the man that taught Jack Daniel's how to distill whiskey. And his recipe survived, and Fawn Weaver and her team got a hold of it and made the distillery, Uncle Nearest. Their entry line is the 1856, correct?
That sounds right.
I believe that's the one.
This one's better.
Yeah, it is. The
in my
1884
opinion.
is a little more expensive too, but
It's a little better though.
oh, it's amazing. So they're in almost all 50 states right now, in over 4,000 locations. That's almost unheard of for a new distillery.
Yeah,
that quickly to
how
take
long
off.
do you know off the top of your head how long they've been around?
I don't, but it's only been, I would guess, 10 to 12 years, if that.
Yeah, 'cause we heard about it when we started doing this.
Yes. Yep. And they were relatively new
I
then.
think that Arnett is the one that first mentioned it to us, wasn't it?
Absolutely could have. Yes, at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally,
Yeah.
for sure. So she's, I think, really on the top of the list. Specifically, the ones that we're highlighting are all whiskeys that you can buy locally. We didn't want to go, I mean, obviously there's Scotch and there's Irish whiskey that are headed by women, but you can't get a lot of that here at the moment.
Sure.
And we weren't going to go out and spend any more money. We'd already spent a lot on all of this. Local, I mean, the closest one to us is Kate Mead.
The Wyoming whiskey.
The Wyoming whiskey. Her and her husband started that, I think 2012 was the first year the production started on that whiskey.
If I recall, we both kind of liked it.
We did. Okay. Oh, boy. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Who was it? Deep Blue something. That was the band, right? Oh, I remembered it was. It was Deep Blue something, Breakfast at Tiffany's. And if I recall, I think we both kind of liked it. That's the song. Anyway, way off topic right now. I'm just so impressed that I remembered that. Can I just sit with that for a minute? Take a drink. Oh, my memory's not leaving me as quick as I thought it was. But anyway, yes, I know they went through some issues.
Give me
which one?
The few.
You want this one?
Yep.
When they got started, but they have ironed all of that stuff out. And right now, I'm drinking the limited edition Wyoming Outrider is what it's called. This is 100 proof and tastes like Wyoming. Can I say that? I don't know what Wyoming tastes like, but this is it right here.
I got a life-size picture of licking Chansey, and I don't want to
Chansey
do that.
Williams, great country artist from Wyoming, of course. So she's another local one that's very near to us that I was surprised. I didn't know that when I was doing some research on this whole thing. Of course, if we want to, I should have started with this to get it out of the way so you can just brag about it. There is Hannah Lowen, who is the vice president of operations for New Riff, which is a big deal now around here.
Why don't you just say
I'm never going to say it. Go ahead, Rob. Why are we so
Why do we like New Riff so much?
Why do
Because I'm so good at picking their barrels. Timmins Market invited us out a while back. I think they got, she was like a rep, and that's how it started, and she went back home. She's part of the family, is that right?
I think so.
Am I making
I'm not
that
sure.
up?
Maybe, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's just we know that she's awesome. So
I picked the New Riff barrel for Timmins Market. Got it right on the first try.
that's why we're throwing that one
Yep.
out there. What else do we have on? We have the barrel.
The barrel.
The barrel craft. And I know the one that everybody talks about is this barrel seagrass, which I haven't tried yet because it's rye and I get a little leery.
I had this. My first pour was this Dovetail, and I liked it a lot.
Really?
At 124.7.
Oh my God! Is it really?
Yeah, but it didn't taste like that. It's finished in rum port and Dunn Vineyards Cabernet barrels. I recommend it.
I'm not gonna. I can't throw that back. That's too much. All right, I'll try the rye one. I don't think this is as hot as the.
It says right on there. It's written on it.
I know. Where are my glasses, Rob? They're not around my neck right now.
Well,
so
I
I
don't know.
can't see.
You
Can
want me
you
to
tell
tell
what that is?
Yeah, 100,
We tell people this.
118.22 proof.
So much lower. Perfect.
59.11.
Anyway, that's Nick Christensen. She's the assistant blender of the single barrel program
It's gonna
manager.
be sweet. Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels.
That's what I'm excited for is that apricot brandy. We'll see if that taste comes out of there a little bit. Nick Christensen is the woman who's
captain on Jaws.
what?
We have apricot brandy. 2 cases of apricot
How do
brandy.
you remember that? I
I've
watched Jaws one time when I was a teenager.
I watched Jaws. I might have watched it once or twice last week.
Scarred me for life, and I've never gone back to it. Sharks are terrifying. Let's see. Who are we missing? Another one you can buy around here, which really kind of took off over the past couple of years, was Rabbit Hole, which is kind of a big deal, and they've got a pretty good lineup too. They're on the higher end, I would say, money-wise for your bourbons. I think the cheapest Rabbit Hole is around $70 or $75.
Might be.
Something like that.
I don't have any of that in my arsenal.
That's Heather Bass, who is her and her husband started that. Named it after the fact that once they started looking into it and started up the company, they went down the rabbit hole, and that's where this whole thing came from.
I'm surprised we haven't met.
Yeah, we should. I want to meet all of these women actually, and just thank them for turning things up a notch and making whiskey better, making the bourbon better. It's just new insight, new input.
It's been an interesting journey for us for sure. Mm-hmm. And from Fawn and her Uncle Nearest to all these that you just rattled off, it's interesting.
It is.
I couldn't be prouder that women are diving into this business of making brown spirits. I mean, it's
right, and they can, women naturally can just taste things better. I've always, my wife can. She's a lot like, Gabe or guys like that when it comes to sniffing. I mean, when she tastes stuff, instantly knows what it is. I don't have a palate like that. They just, you do everything better. Women do everything better. I've spent most of my working career working for a woman, and they've always done it a little bit better. Sorry, Dean. I didn't mean that.
This is. You should have stopped 38 seconds ago.
We're gonna go ahead and of course, I love.
We apparently are gonna need to hire a new director of programming.
But I think
let us get the web guy hired first.
Dean worked for the same woman I did for a long time.
He did, and he admires her immensely.
Oh, exactly.
Still,
that's Leah Green. For those that may be watching locally and know who she is, she was just fantastic in this business, that radio specifically. And I know Dean liked her a lot and worked with her. And so, Women's History Month, ladies, thank you so much for all you do. Well done on the whiskeys. And this is such a small portion of what's out there and of the women that are in charge. But this is stuff you can buy around here. And I mean, I would recommend all that. Oh, we didn't talk about the few though. This one's weird. This is a whiskey you can find here. Few stands for Frances Elizabeth Willard. And she was which is weird because she was part of the temperance movement.
Yep.
And if you don't know anything about that, those were the women that were trying to outlaw alcohol. But she was also a big proponent of the women's suffrage and the right to vote and better working conditions and all of that for women too. So I don't know why they decided to name
Was it in celebration
Yeah.
or in?
Right, that's tricky, and I guess we'd have to reach out and ask the guys. This is from Illinois, though, so maybe next time you're near Chicago, we'll swing by and see if they can answer that question.
We
No,
might not like the answer yet.
maybe not.
It might be named after her in disdain.
Oh, let's hope not. Let's hope they didn't do that.
Anyway, she helped with the right to vote.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank God she lost the temperance part of that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Prohibition.
That was weird, ladies. I mean, I get it. I understand. The guys back there, they were worthless. They were mostly worthless. Women's History Month for the rest of March. Thanks for the whiskey. What?
Nothing.
Huh? No, go ahead. You can finish it if you want to.
No.
I mean, we're just trailing out now with the end credits here anyway, so go ahead and say what you want to say.
good.
Russ will just fade this part down.
He usually does that whenever I talk. Back up for you, and then Rob's talking again.
Thanks for hanging
cuts,
out
cuts
with us.
down the people who get offended when I'm muted.
Russ is a smart guy.